What's up, AJ Legacy? It's your girl Asia, and it's your girl Araya. And as you can see, we are currently by ourselves today. Jordan will not be in this video due to the fact that this video was requested. And because it was requested, basically it's about me. So before we go ahead and get into the video, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to share this video. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, y'all. I'm telling you, we're dropping bangers every single day. We're going to be on the road to, I want to see at least 200. We're on the road to 200 subscribers, y'all. Also, don't forget to hit that bell. That way you get notified every time we post, upload, or do anything on our channel. We love you guys. We thank you for the support so far and so forth. You know what I'm saying? If you're new to the channel, make sure you also go back and watch all of those videos that we recently just posted. And yeah, we're about to get straight into it. So, the reason why I don't talk to a lot of my family members anymore. I'm just gonna be honest with y'all. I'm gonna start off. This ain't gonna be no long video, by the way, just to let you guys know. I'm just gonna kind of give you the basics of the reasons why, and then I'm gonna go a little bit into detail, and then after that, it's just gonna be boom, boom, da da da. That's it. So when we were in the process of moving and coming out to Texas, from California, we basically set goals for ourselves.
What is it?
She's saying, "What's good, AJ Legacy?
What's good?
What's good, AJ Legacy?
Easy.
It's your girl Raya."
Yeah.
Okay. So we basically set goals for ourselves and expectations that we kind of wanted to see happen and everything like that, as far as just, you know, taking a new leaf over and just branching out. I basically stopped talking to a lot of my family members, strictly the people that I was like extremely close with, due to the fact that I felt like not everybody wanted to see me grow. You know how you get people that are in your life that only want to see you grow because it's beneficial to them, or because they feel like they're going to get something out of it? That's pretty much what it was. I got my eyes opened up to a whole lot of stuff after our situation with our house and stuff like that. All of that happened. I basically opened up my eyes to a whole lot of things, and I felt like I was really down bad in terms of like just how I was feeling. I didn't feel like anybody was emotionally there for me besides Jordan. I didn't feel like anybody really cared about my feelings or cared about what I was doing, what I was going through, or anything like that. And it was in the actions that the people have actually showed. They would only call me when they need something or when they want to talk. Not just simply asking me, like, you know, how are you doing mentally? How are you doing physically? Like, you know, I'm always that type of person that calls. And I felt like a lot of the people that I surrounded myself with, they just they weren't for me after I branched out and moved. So previously I had basically stopped talking to a lot of my cousins that I was close with, a lot of my brothers, a lot of my sisters. I still keep in contact with, of course, at least like 2 or 3 brothers, and I want to say maybe 1 or 2 sisters. And I have like dang near like a whole family force of sisters and brothers. So you kind of get it. I'm a family person. I love my family, but in terms of when I feel like nobody genuinely is checking on me for me, or nobody cares, or nobody's sharing the same actions that I share with them, it just kind of makes me feel like nobody really cares about me. and I'm only there for their support or their ability to use whatever I have to their advantage. So I cut off a whole lot of friends that I thought were my friends that used to stab me in the back, turn around and talk about me, talk about just a lot of the things that I was going through, and I didn't know until I actually had to find out for myself. Talking about, you know, my kid, right, stop. Just a whole lot of stuff that was going on that I wasn't aware of because I was so nonchalant to everything and so like, oh, well, I don't care what they're talking about. I don't care what he's talking about. I don't care what she's talking about. I don't care what they're talking about or whatever the case may be. You know, I just wanted to basically like, you know, move forward. So, scoot over, Raya, please. We ended up being very disconnected. I just cut everybody off. And I felt like that was God in a way telling me like, you know, these people, they only want you because because you're beneficial. And that's basically what I had to see. A lot of my, and I would say my close family members, but I can only really think of one or two on my hand that would literally call me and basically make it seem like as if I'm just the bank. They call me and ask me for money, ask me for, you know, support and everything like that. And like I said, I have a good heart, so I never once was like, oh no, I don't have it. If it's my last, I'll give it to you. And I'll make a way for myself to try to get something. But when I feel like people just want to ask me just because they know I'm a genuine, just because they know I'm a good person, it just makes me feel like, dang, you're using me. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I just was feeling some type of way at the end of the day, and I distanced myself. I'm going to speak on 3 topics. One, the reason why I distanced myself, which is like I just said, I felt like people were only using me for their benefits, like to be beneficial to them. Number 2, why did it happen when I moved to Texas? It happened when I moved to Texas because I believe, like, I want to say a month before I actually started to like pack up my stuff and really like show everybody that like I'm really serious, like I'm really moving and everything like that. A lot of people doubted me. A lot of people doubted us. Like, you're not gonna be able to do it. How you gonna be able to do it with Araya? And at the time, I was already pregnant, but nobody knew this. Nobody knew this besides Jordan, of course. I was super skinny. I'll show you guys like a little clip or a little photo in here if I can insert it. But I was super skinny, and you could literally tell, like, you know what I mean, like that I something was wrong. You get what I'm saying? And in terms of just when we moved out here, before we moved out here, like a month before, people doubted me and said that I couldn't do it. Once they actually started seeing it happen, a week or 2 prior to me actually getting on the plane and really moving, I felt like, how can I say it? I felt like my mom, my sisters, like, well, I won't say my sisters. I won't even say my mom. Because honestly, I felt like a lot of people were on board with me moving, but they just didn't believe that it was actually happening. Like, people were fake on board, if you get what I'm saying. And once it got to the time to where I was like, no, I'm actually like serious, like I'm literally about to move, they were all sad and emotional and just like, oh my God, I didn't really expect you to be moving this soon and da 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 da. And it kind of made me feel bad because, once again, I have a kid and my kid loves her grandmothers. My kids love her pawpaws. My kid loves all of her family. You know what I mean? And for me, it was like, I just felt like I need to give her a better environment. In terms of everything that we have been through, I felt like she deserved better than that. And that's basically what my heart was set on. is making sure that she had a better environment. And I gave her that, and we gave her that, and I'm actually able to say that now. You know what I mean? Also, I feel like now that we have moved out to Texas, even when I try to reconnect with certain people or try to like talk, you know, or certain things like that, I don't know, people genuinely just don't care. Like, they say they do, but I can kind of sense it. I can tell who cares and who doesn't. You get what I'm saying? You can always tell when someone's being fake and when somebody's actually showing you that they really care about you. And in terms of, I really hate speaking about it because it makes me feel like I'm kind of like down talking certain people, but just in terms with like my situation with my mom, for instance, I honestly feel like certain things that she helps me with, or well, not now, but certain things she used to help me with when we first got here. Mind you, we've been here for like 6 months now. So certain things that she used to help me with and everything like that, back when we were in California, it was always like I kind of had to give it back. You get what I'm saying? Like, which is part of being an adult. I definitely understand it. But I just felt like if you were doing it out the kindness of your heart, like, I don't ask for stuff back. I don't never say, oh, well, you know, you did this for me. I mean, I did this for you. So when is it going to, like, you know, be returned or anything like that? I don't know. But for some odd reason, people just basically felt the need. Or my mom, you know, she felt the need to, you know, ask for it back. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and which I know, like I said, she probably doesn't have it all herself. But at the end of the day, it just sucks to know that you have 2 kids and one of them is actually really, really trying and really, really showing you that they can actually make an effort into going to go do something positive with their life. And you basically look at it as if like, I don't know, like as if like, oh, well, I know she's going to be able to give it back, so let me ask for it back. Or I know that, you know, she knows my situation, so she's going to have to give it, you know what I mean? Like, just certain little things like that. Like, everything was always tit for tat. And I pretty much was just like, I can't keep asking her, or I can't keep depending on other people, because at the end of the day, I have a family, you know what I mean? Like, that I'm supposed to be dependent on. And also, like, when we moved out here, I felt like once I started asking, like, oh, you know, we just moved out here, you know, we just paid our rent for 2 months, and I'm like basically like trying to find a job. But while I'm trying to find a job, I'm pregnant, so I have to like walk to these places. And Texas, if y'all know Texas is not no go down the street 2 minutes, 1 minute walking, finding a job type of situation. These are long streets, so I had to, of course, call Lyfts, call Ubers and everything like that. And I felt like when I used to ask, like, oh, well, do you think that you have like maybe just like $20 or whatever for the week, and I'll just walk back home, or I'll Uber back home and I'll just walk there. Situation, I would be walking like 10-15 minutes to work, which is no big. You got to do what you got to do at the end of the day until you better your situation. And I would tell her, like, you know, when I get paid, I'll give it right back to you. And it was always like, okay, well, just make sure you give it back, or just make sure you know what I mean? Like, in a certain situation, she wouldn't necessarily say, like, you know, she would give it, I have to give it back. But you could just feel the tension when you ask someone for something and they pretty much is just like, okay, well, you know, you're gonna have to give it back, or you know, you're gonna have to, you know what I mean, do certain things, or whatever the case may be. So that became like a really, really, really just hard time for me. And even when it consisted of like her granddaughter or whatever the case may be, I would ask, like, oh, you know, when we first got down here, because we couldn't really pack anything or whatever, do you have enough money for this? And I'll give it right back to you. You know, I'm always saying that because I believe that if you ask for something, it should be returned. You get what I'm saying? But just for the strength that you actually see me growing and you actually see me trying to elevate myself and get myself out of the situations that I have. And I'm actually the first kid that you have that has actually went to college, that has actually got a legit car and actually was able to move around, kept a job for, long periods of times, and taking care of my kid and just making sure that I was set and I didn't really have to ask for much. You get what I'm saying? And I'm also helping you as well. I would have thought that, I don't know, like maybe a little bit of graciousness, or not graciousness, but, a little bit of like, oh, I see you trying and I see that you really like trying to make an effort. You don't have to give that back, girl. Put that towards what you have going on now. You know what I mean? To better yourself and just continue to work towards it. I know a lot of parents, a lot of grandparents, I know a lot of people that do that. So to not be able to have that, it just made me feel like I was asking someone off the street that really didn't know me and to borrow something, and they would just give it back to me. I mean, I would just give it back to them. But like I said, I stopped talking to a whole lot of people. I didn't really let anybody know I was pregnant until I let you guys know that I was pregnant. And I was already 5-6 months ahead. And yeah, that was pretty much all. Like I said, I just felt like certain people that were in my life were only there because they knew the benefits that they could reap from me. And I'm not talking about just like my family. I'm just talking about just in general. But yeah, in terms of the situation, I know a lot of people was asking me like, do you still talk to your mom, or like, you still talk to your sisters and da-da-da-da? And I'm just like, that's really crazy, because you would think that these people, like my mom, my sisters and everything like that, you would think that these people would actually like still be in my life, or I would still be talking to them and stuff like that. But to answer everyone's questions, no, I don't really talk to none of my sisters like that. I only have like 1 or 2 sisters that I really communicate with. And that's not even on a day-to-day basis. That's more so on like every other week, every other, and the one sister that I actually talk to majority of the time, we literally just started back reconnecting and everything like that, talking on a day-to-day basis. And as far as my mom, yes and no. So we had stopped talking for a long period of time. But in all reality, I don't call anymore. Just for the simple fact that it was a situation that had happened. And if you guys want to know about that situation, just let me know. I can go more into detail, but I'm not going to go into detail in this actual video, just because this is about all family, not just talking about my mom, or not just talking about my brother, my sister. This is all overall in general. And of course, I still talk to one of my brothers, faithfully, dedicated, on point. You know what I mean? I still talk to one of them. But as far as everyone else, no, I do not. I do not communicate with any of my family members. And like I said, that's just simply because I felt like people don't genuinely call just to check up on me. They call to be in my business, or they call because they need something. And that's just not how I roll. That's not how I rock. So, yeah. I'm pretty much solo in this thing. Jordan still talks to his people. Of course, that's why he's not in this video. It was pretty much more so about why I stopped talking to my family once I moved out here. And yeah, so that was pretty much it. But if you guys like this video, make sure you comment down below your favorite part of this video. Also, make sure you like this video up. Turn on post notifications. That way you get notified every single time we drop or post a video or anything of that nature. I am Asia Daily, and I'm signing out.